So yeah,
Hey.
it's a shame that they didn't get to hear any of that previous conversation.
Yeah, nah, it's all right.
Anyway.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin.
I'm Gabe.
And you're watching 227 DangIT Prodcast. And we got some headlines going on today. I tried to set it up, but
I see that going across our news ticker right there.
Yeah,
sure. we have what was that? Something Jump Force closed beta is happening, as well as the stress test for Vault 76.
Yes. So the thing with the Jump Force beta, we're not going to participate in that.
No?
Because apparently you had to sign up for it beforehand. So yeah. So it's whatever.
That sucks.
Yeah. But we're able to do the.
But why didn't you sign us up for it, Justin?
I wasn't really interested in it.
We could have been forcing people to jump.
Yeah. We could have.
Oh, it's off on the. Why is it?
It's on the side.
Yeah, I'm like, why is it turned?
Probably when you pivot over to the side.
No, because it shouldn't turn. Okay, I guess. Like this.
Yeah, it just works like that. But yeah, it's one of those things that it was like oh yeah, that is happening.
It is?
Yeah, and I look it up and I'm like, okay, is there anything I need to do to actually sign into that? And just like, oh well, you need to email them and they'll send you back something. And I was like, okay, so much for that. But we did pre-order for Fallout 76, so we're able to do the stress test today. However, it's under NDA, which means we cannot disclose anything about it.
Hey.
Oh.
Sorry, Kitty. Sorry. I had to take your wrench. It was a one-time gag for the week.
Oh, right. So welcome back, Kitty, regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, people to shout out in the stream.
We have Andy, Corey, Kitty, Ibrahim, Mark, Reaper, and Christian's going to be here, but he's in the shower.
So, let's see. Well, we actually kind of covered up most of these things. Yeah, I didn't really set up an actual thing aside from...
No bullet points this week?
Hardly any.
Uh-huh.
So we already talked about the game stuff. So I'm looking forward to playing Fallout 76 stress test. That's gonna be
Mark's heard that it's a lonely game.
I bet. People are just jumping right into it, and there's no NPCs. They're just you're expected to find other players.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's NPCs, but they're robots.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, I really like the idea of Fallout 76 on the MMO aspect of it, because it's a huge fucking map, and there's only dozens of people.
Right. Didn't they also have a long
preview
of this thing, maybe a week or so back?
Yeah, they did. They had a press demo
conference. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had a press demo. So outside Xbox, IGN, GameSpot, a few of them, they got to actually go out, play the game, and disclose information.
Oh wow, okay.
So if you were to look online, you could see things that we did for Fallout 76, or extended demo preview of Fallout 76.
Right. Okay. So that's definitely something we're going to be playing all day, really. After the podcast, after eating, that's just going to be the main focus.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I'm not sure about what we're doing for this reaction/discussion stuff.
We can discuss and react to how we can't discuss and react to Fallout 76.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
damn, we can't.
So I take it that the NDA specifies that we can't talk about what's in the game, yeah?
Right. I actually pulled it up. Damn it! I always think the mouse is on my right hand side. Here. Let's see. Will the stress test be under NDA? This is on the Bethesda website. It says yes. Fallout 76 stress test subject to terms and conditions of the Xbox Insider Program, including the NDA. You'll be required to accept before accessing the game. Do not stream, post screenshots, or create content. So.
From it. So I'm guessing you can't use any recordings of it.
Right.
I think we would be able to talk about it. We'll have to actually sit down and read the NDA before we start doing that, we could see what we can't talk about.
Right.
Because I was going to say, if we can't talk about whatever features are in it, we could definitely talk about what's not in it.
Yeah, okay.
There's no X-Wings.
There's no co-op.
No local co-op.
No local co-op. You're right. Hold on, actually. Yeah, I guess you could just technically do some kind of co-op with some stranger. I wonder if you can actually talk to people online.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
It's just what's it called?
Sea of Thieves?
Sea of Thieves, yeah. Proximity chat.
Okay.
So So it's just like that one picture of fucking Filthy Frank, freaking random gunshots in distance, indistinct, like it was like indistinct screaming or something.
I wonder. I guess you could also hear it like in the game, but what if you actually hear that like on the mic as well, like a sound of a gunshot, and what if that just like doesn't help you?
Yeah, this is the picture.
You screaming.
It was like playing Vault 76 and hear gunshots across the horizon. Fucking confused screaming.
I'm looking forward to seeing how the what was it called? The camp something or just camp?
Camp what?
The whole system where you can pretty much like build whatever
settlement.
Yeah, like whatever wherever you go, your settlement. I'm looking forward to that. Just seeing like where it goes, and I'm wondering, even if all that gets saved up, so when you jump into different servers, it'll still be in the same like locale. What if someone's already built something there?
Then fuck you. That's what happens.
So like, two people build something in the same place, and they jump into each other's servers like by coincidence. What happens to that settlement?
I think they would try to avoid having that happen, but I'm pretty sure there's some algorithm that will keep that from happening.
Because I think that's my biggest gripe when you come across like other people. It's just like, what about this sense of space? Obviously, you're not going to have like everyone play on the same server, so it's divided up into several of them. But
yeah,
it's still the same like map size. No matter what.
it's the same map, and it's all fucking massive. The chances of you being settled somewhere as someone else and actually getting in the same server as them, I'm pretty sure are really low. Considering settlements can only take up so much flat ground before you have to start building up.
Hey, are we doing a sentence of the day, Justin? No.
Oh wow, that's old. That's what? Podcast 4 or 5, I think we stopped.
Yeah, a couple of them way back.
We did it for like the first 5. Well, from 2 to 5, I think.
Well, we do have our topic box.
We do have the topic box, yeah. You know what that means? That means Ibrahim went back and watched our old ones. Congrats on you, because those were long.
As all of them are?
Yes, they're all long, but those ones were especially long because we had no filter.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of noise to fit into an hour.
Would you be able to like come up with one right now, or would you want to just
a sentence of the day?
Yeah, or would you want to wait until the end of the podcast?
Usually it's as it comes, it comes. If I had to think of one right now, it would be say what you can't because you can't say what you can.
Yeah. Okay. I was just thinking,
and that pretty much sums up the Fallout 76 NDA.
Yeah, actually. All right, so we'll keep that as a placeholder.
Yeah.
In the meantime, but yeah, Mark was saying like, yeah, one time Gabe will be back on Xbox. You know, at any point, right? It'd be like now and like until you move out, because you plan on just planning yourself back home and just stay there.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna be planted there until I move.
Right. Okay.
Until that timer right yonder
is
hits zero.
Hit zero. Oh, how's the job searching, by the way?
Bam!
Oh,
got my new ID last night.
Nice. Everyone screenshot that.
I can. I had it like this. Look, if you look at the camera, it's a straight line.
Oh, okay.
It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, I think mine is like more of a vertical. Or no, it's horizontal.
It should be horizontal, but you have an older one.
Right. So,
you have the old one. This is the what's it called? This is the new version. I have the federal non-compliant right now.
Okay. C's.
What's it called? By 2020, you're gonna have to get the federal compliant ID.
Okay.
If you want to take domestic flights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it kind of works as an at-home passport.
Oh, okay.
Can't board planes without it.
Got it. Not that I really fly, but I'm pretty sure one of these days I will eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever flown out of the state?
I've never been in anything that was more than like a foot and a half off the ground.
Not like a Ferris wheel or anything like that?
That's still connected to the ground.
Yeah, that's true enough. All right.
think the highest I've ever been off the ground has been me jumping off of something.
I'm trying to think of like, was there a moment where like maybe was I in like a helicopter or something? I don't remember anything like that. I think moreover I was able to.
No one asked you, Corin.
I don't think I was ever like in the air in a helicopter, but I was just in a helicopter.
I've worked on a plane.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. One of DJ's family friends out here. He's an old man who owned a single engine plane.
Okay.
And we were working on it just to like repair it and upkeep it. And it was kind of cool. Freaked me out though. Things like
Small?
made it. No, it's not that it's small. It felt like it was made out of like poster board. And I'm like, I'm supposed to trust this in the air?
I'm going up with that thing. Let's see. What are
No
people-
one's asking you guys if you've been on a plane. Justin asked me.
Oh, I've been on a plane. Like I didn't. Game, how you been? Nah, you guys are fine. What else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, I also just had something on the my like little list here of just anime that have been coming out that I would recommend. The one that I talked to you about recently,
Okay.
Zombieland Saga.
Yeah.
Everyone take some time to at least watch that first episode. It's so charming.
It's when does it happen? Does it happen at the end of the episode or like the middle, beginning?
That happens in the beginning of the
It
episode.
happens at the beginning?
Yeah.
That's the only part you need to watch. I would say just watch like the first 5 minutes and you're good.
Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, it was like roughly like 2 minutes in, and then boom, happens.
Yeah, see? You just need the first 5 minutes. He's already a grumpy old man with the lawn. Yeah. I've been that way, I would say since I was like 14.
Okay.
That's when I got tired of young people.
I got tired of young people doing young people things. Another one I wanted to recommend was, and I don't think there's a new episode of it yet, but there's just a pilot one, which is Goblin Slayer. It's not for everyone. That first episode is not for everyone. It's dark.
Nolan said he's not going to be a fan of it, so he's just avoiding it.
Got it, Mark. I mean, whether you like it or not, there's the new arc for Sword Art Online. I watched the first episode. It's 47 minutes. 47 minutes. It's not worth it.
One episode?
You think that like 47 minutes is like, oh wow, that's so awesome. They're gonna fill us up with like kind of like a special. It's just info dumping.
Oh my gosh. It's all exposition?
Yes. Just to set it up, which I get it in the context of like the story, but it's just that's bad presentation of an anime. I'm still in the camp that wants it to succeed, but I'm so disappointed still.
I got into it. I think I got into it with Corey about Sword Art. How it's a good premise done poorly about a great game idea. It was, I forgot the exact wording, but it was a good idea executed poorly about a great game premise executed terribly hidden behind submenus.
Yeah. Again, like my biggest gripes about Sword Art Online was the fact that it doesn't really go into like the details of like the game aspects of stuff.
And
They
the
just
small
kinda-
game aspects that it did show make it a terrible game.
It's because all the characters intuitively learn how to go through the menus, and we're like, wait, what's that option over there? I kind of want to see it.
It's just like, why is there so many menus?
Right? Like, clearly there's something else here that they're not even trying to use.
Like, what's it called? These complex games that I told you about, that it took me an hour and a half to explain just simply the game.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 8 menus. And each one is a huge fucking section of information that you need to know, and it's all super simplified for you to understand everything at a glimpse. Not, okay, where's the items? Okay, gear, accessories, items, handheld, there's swords. Okay, there's my sword. Equip. All right, I'm ready to go. Oh, you guys have already killed me because I took a minute and a half to go through all these menus.
All right, I'm gonna make my shortcut. All right, to accessories from that little listing that you went down. So that's gears, accessories, and then everything else. Oh yeah, right hand.
Oh yeah,
sword. I kind of get that way with like Dark Souls actually. When I'm like trying to go through, it's like, man, like I'm not at that stage where I can like quickly swap over to items, but just take a look and try to understand like what the menu's trying to tell you as far as like guiding you to the right item or not. It's just so it's there, but I can't navigate. Oh yeah. Hold on, what are people saying here?
Good job, Abraham. What's your GPA? He just got his progress report, and his grade average is an A.
Oh.
So I'm like, what's your GPA?
My grade average is A.
To answer your question, Mark, rape is often eroticized to show that crap has hit the fan.
I like what Goblin Ear did with that. It kind of brought like a sense of realism to this, where usually, well, I mean, not usually, because anime is just kind of like a weird demographic for like maturity. But showing something like that, like in that type of detail, like not full detail, but it just hit that point where you're like, oh shit, you know exactly what's happening. It's just, I mean, shocker at face value, so I have to see more of the series and to really give you a recommendation. But at least watch that first episode just to get an idea, like what the difference between like, you know, cute girls doing cute things type anime versus like we're trying to tell you a story type of anime.
Mm-hmm.
To already establish the world of like life being so unfair, and I actually do like my fair share of like episodes that have that kind of like shock value to it.
I don't really care for shock value, but I do care for good story, which is why I really liked Ping Pong the animation. It's just all story.
Well, that's good.
There's ping pong, but it's all story. And it's not like, wham! No, it's
shit. We were playing Mario Party yesterday. It was off camera, but there was a moment when one of the sound effects was the sound of like, what was it?
It was the, what's it called? The bumper balls.
Oh, the bumper balls, yeah. It does sound like toys in like those little tiny like capsules like going back and forth with each other. It was hilarious.
Head down to your local supermarket, go to the coin ops, get yourself a couple of the fucking capsule toys, and just throw the capsules at each other, and that's the sound that you get from that game.
That's great. Oh shit. There's one last thing I need to mention because we talked about that in Sword Art Online, like the new thing, is that back in season or arc 2, I guess, when they were playing with guns, Kirito of all people decides to get a lightsaber, and it sounds exactly like one, but I think they just went through some copyright issues, so like in this new arc, they changed it slightly, and now it farts a little bit. Just the sound like wave of it, it starts like. Well, that was just my little thing about that. That was hilarious. There was also another, like one last anime I was going to recommend. It's a bit of a mouthful. It's called Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. It's a huge mouthful, right? But
so, all right. So what's the Japanese name? Because I know that has to be a lot more.
I don't know. I can't pronounce it. That's
what is it?
Why. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. The premise of this is that there's a girl who used to be a child actress, all of a sudden who is no longer visible to people outside of her school.
That is a lot easier. That is a lot easier than freaking that whole name. Shishin Buta Yaro.
Okay. But yeah, what I like about this one is that it has that sense of mystery, and it's a light novel, so it does like rely heavily on
bunny ears.
It does rely heavily on the plot. And I think that's the thing that actually like drew me into the series was just it having that sense of mystery because it deals with this effect that they coined as what was it, the adolescence syndrome.
Jinibyo?
No, that's slightly different. I think that is middle school otaku, or like where they're stuck in that mindset. With the adolescent syndrome,
It's the same thing.
or it could be like a sub like genre of it, where actually let me see what it says. Delusional behavior. It could be, but the way that they portray the adolescent syndrome is actually like kind of familiar to like other tropes that they put in like those high school anime where
second year middle school syndrome.
Second middle school year syndrome. Okay, yeah.
So adolescence. That's like one that's going from preteen to teen and trying to make yourself.
Yeah. The way that they described adolescent syndrome, I believe it was something phenomenon or unexplained phenomenon, inexperience due to instability. It's something like that. But I'm pretty sure you can actually look it up right here.
Let's see. Sakura Asagawa's life takes a turn for the unexpected when he meets teenage actress Mai Sakurajima, who wanders into the library dressed as a bunny girl. Mai is intrigued that Sakura is the only one who can see her, as other people are unable to see her, even when she is dressing normally or attempting to stay away from celebrity life. Calling this phenomenon adolescent syndrome, Sakura decides to solve this mystery while continuing to get closer to Mai and meeting other girls who suffer from adolescent syndrome.
So it does sound like it's going to become more of like a harem. So I'm like, I don't really care for that. But I do like
the whole light novel. Of course, that's what it's going to become. But anyway, the genres are psychological and supernatural.
So I think the first pilot actually did a really good job in pulling me in because it does deal with like the questions of like, is she ever going to be going back to normal, or does she like eventually fade away? Because she does. The show actually does touch on like things like the Schrodinger cat like philosophy, where it doesn't technically exist unless you observe it.
Uh-huh.
So if it comes to a point where like our main boy is not able to like observe her, what happens to her existence? Type of the deal. So I don't know. I just love the mystery in that. But that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about as far as like anime recommendations.
So if you look at the titles of the light novels, yes, it is very much a harem anime. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai is the first one. The second one, Rascal Does Not Dream of Little Devil Kohai. Logical Witch, Idol with a Sister Complex. House Sitting Little Sister, Dreaming Girl, Girl Experiencing Her First Love, Sister on an Outing, Girl with a Leather Backpack. Why is that a link?
Leather backpacks are all the rage? Yes.
Rando Seru? Alright. That's weird that had its own hyperlink.
Let's see. Oh, for anyone who reads the Attack on Titan manga, and I don't, I'm just seeing the anime right now. It's so good right now. I told you, Corinne.
Oh, you told her that.
Something, yeah. What's that? Justin Gabe, look up grass shows on Google Images. Maybe not.
I'm worried by the way you worded that, but I'll look it up in a bit. I'm trying to catch up on what's it called?
On the comments.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I mean, how is everyone else doing? I mean, I've been doing all right for now. Again, looking forward to the stress tests. Otherwise,
bam.
Oh yes.
Shiny.
It shines just like the Sea of Thieves one as well. It's prone to wrinkling, as you probably can see.
It's prone to wrinkling.
Yeah. But also this morning, got my my returning registrations for Comic-Con for next year. So.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
Bastard. You're already all registered for Comic-Con.
Yeah. They have like an earlier date for returning attendees, but if you do get a membership ID, you just have to look up like on Comic-Con, just sign up there. They will give you a date of when the registration for like general admission, and that'll just be at a 9:00 a.m. Pacific time, and translate that to any other time region at a later date. Fortunately, I don't ever remember when that actually happens.
The hell is this?
Oh yeah, we just looked up Grass Show, or whatever that was called, Grass Rose.
I don't know what this is.
Good prepping for a speed run. Oh, Corinne's into speed runs. Oh yeah, I did see her like do one on like a Nancy Drew game.
Yeah. She's been known to do them. Not often, but she's been known to do it.
Wonder what the record is. And then I want to say it's fast, yes.
Very small.
Very small. Like, what's the population of Saga? Well, of course I know it. Like, do you really? To the tiniest decimal. All right, let's hear it. Small. Let's see.
We've been fairly consistent on having at least double digits of watchers.
Okay.
That's good.
Progress.
We're doing better.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yes.
I don't know why you're watching, but thanks anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird with podcasts because it's so varying, and that you can like have different topics.
Do something with your life.
It's just, podcasts are weird.
They are, aren't they?
But yet, I'll still listen to one.
It's good background noise. If you guys are see, now I know you guys aren't watching for background noise because you're actively talking in this chat box.
All right. Not even paying attention.
So you are weird.
Y'all are weird. Fine lives. Or you know what? Maybe I'll put this on Spotify one of these days and you can listen from there.
No way. You're not down. You won't do it.
You're probably right. But like give me a year or so and I'll probably think about it at least. I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts on my Spotify whenever I go to the gym. So yeah, it's nice. It is good background noise, and even if you're not so engaged in the conversation at hand, it's just like it's something. You don't have to listen to the general thing that's playing in the background.
Yeah.
So, but it's also at the same time, despite that, like you have to be careful if there is a podcast that makes you laugh a lot.
Why is that? You're afraid to laugh in the gym?
You break your concentration. I've listened to a couple of Rooster Teeth podcasts, and there were a few moments where I was like, "Shit, I can't."
It's because you're weak.
You're weak.
Corey's currently streaming a reading of Dracula.
Dracula.
Yeah, Dracula.
Wait, you're doing that? And you're trying to comment here? What are you doing? Decide one. Preferably come back here.
Stay here.
Stay here, please.
Live here.
Please. Let's see. No, you just said no. It's okay.
Hey, it's Zendalia.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I've been seeing like recent like images of
leaks
Spider-Man.
of fucking
Spider-Man Far From Home. Yeah, I like the costume. Actually, it's a slight change, but I like it because someone pointed out like it has like a Miles Morales' type of scheme as well. But yeah, that's also really cool. The talks of like Tobey Maguire like having some kind of role in that latest film.
I feel him and Andrew Garfield should be in it.
Somehow.
Just somehow.
I don't know how Andrew Garfield would be in a different character other than Peter Parker, because I think he makes a good Spider-Man, I would say, like as far as like his attitude towards things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about Peter Parker.
Him and his fear of tiny knives.
Yeah. I think I like Tobey Maguire as like as an older Peter Parker. So I think that works.
That's why I'm really excited for what's it called? For Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
It looks so good. Especially with Spidey being dragged through Manhattan by the L and just fucking hitting everything.
So
for those of you that haven't seen Venom, watch to the end.
Watch to the end, like the very end.
Yeah.
And you know, we never really talked about that, like in our little discussion in the car about it.
I liked that video how you're just like me being unprepared at Gabe turning this into a discussion format.
Mm-hmm. I heard when you said unorthodox, I was like, "Shit, it's coming! I know it's coming, but I can't prepare for it." So like, what did we just watch this? And I'm like, it's like just say Venom, just say Venom. It's Venom. I was like,
we got him.
Insert mental facepalm. Grim says, I love Venom, as in like the movie or like the character in general. I actually do like how Venom was portrayed in this movie.
No, the neurotoxin.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I just love it. It's right there, and if you touch it, you have to worry about like, is it inside me now, or is it just touching me? And if so, am I already dead? But yeah. Actually, you know what? Anaya was watching Venom last night, and I texted him like asking him like, "Oh,
what he thought of it?"
Yeah. Well, no. I asked him like when he was gonna watch it. I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go watch it with him." And so I got like some footage of like what he thought of it. Gave it a C minus.
He gave it a C minus.
Because the script was very corny. He would say. I get it. I totally get it.
I dare the bastard to find me a movie that isn't corny. Like, the fun thing is, there's a lot of people who are like hyper analytical of like certain movies and whatnot. And if you really turn it around, you can be hypercritical about every single movie. And every single movie is very subpar. Mm-hmm. There aren't many movies that I can say are groundbreaking. There aren't many movies that I can say like were great in their own aspect. And which is why I enjoy virtually every movie, because I watch it as a movie. I look for the entertainment value, and it has a lot of entertainment value.
Yes. So again, it's one of those movies that you'll love to just watch in, well, at any point. No, that wasn't a transition. I was just saying, it's just any point in time you watch this movie and you just take it as like self-value, like as it is, then it's good. I liked it.
I've yet to watch Get Out, but I will watch it, and I will find many things that are corny about it. I've yet to see any movie that someone has said isn't corny to actually be corny.
If I'm entertained, I can't hate it. Right. But what else I talked about with Venom was it was weird that they connected it to like the next Spider-Man movie. Not like as in like, Tom Hardy's gonna come back in the Spider-Verse. Like, not like that. It's two separate like types of movies. Sure, it's like within the same universe-esque, multi-universe, but it's just such a weird transition. I don't know how I felt like just more of an advertisement for the movie, which I appreciated. I really like this is trailer. It's been a while since I could say like I love the trailer for this, but I love the trailer for the Into the Spider-Verse. The more times it gets played, the more I get curious, and I actually looked up like the song because it works so well with the trailer. What was it? The music group is Out of Sight, and that particular song is Boogie.
Boogie Wonderland.
And love it. And I also heard that they have a song for Forza Horizon 4 as well, so that's cool.
So Boogie is for what? For Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, that's the song itself.
Boogie
Wonderland. I wish Hardy had taken the Wolverine offer. Yeah, but I guess he had his own reasons, I guess. Venom vs. Police was awesome. I would say the middle of that fighting sequence, it was just, well, it was one of those things where I knew what was going to happen. And that was all I could really get out of it. I think in those situations, what would really get my attention would be like some kind of cool cinematic shot, like when spoilers later on, when Venom fights Riot, and they get to that point where like they're ripping like each other out, and you got that slow like pan of like them like and Tom's character and Mr. Drake, and it's just like a slow pan. You just see it as if it was like some kind of like painting someone made, and I was like, that was super cool. And I did like the ingenuity of Venom during the motorcycle chase scene. That was great.
The fucking Wilhelm scream.
Oh,
Justin and I were both cracked out during that bit.
Oh, Gabe, did you ever see the Wilhelm scream that I inputted into the Spider-Man Let's Play?
I did not. I haven't watched too much of our Spider-Man Let's Plays. I just kind of like skim through the comments and then go to a different video.
Oh, okay. I did add it in there though.
Nice.
It's very subtle.
Oh, where did I ask you to add it? It was like during the first episode.
Yeah, it was during the what was it? Bringing the Hammer, and they're like.
Right.
You don't like Wilhelm?
We love Wilhelm.
We love Wilhelm. Always needs to be in every movie.
Oh, somehow. Reaper. Reaper has sad faces. or upset faces. Anyway, so you have a choice, Justin.
What's up?
We can either mute ourselves or you can edit this out because I kind of want to listen to Boogie.
You want like headphones? Because we got it right here.
That's not fun.
Well, at least you're listening to it.
That's not fun.
What?
I'm trying to put an impediment on someone's enjoyment, either the people watching live or the people watching later.
I mean, the reason I just have headphones like in the back just ready was I was thinking that like, could we play Fallout 76 like cooperatively, or I guess in my case, would I be able to like do the whole like proximity chat? I'll have to find out.
Mm.
What were your favorite funny scenes in the movie? You know, after watching it the second time, my favorite thing was when you first hear the word like Eddie from Venom, and he screams like a little girl, gets yanked back like Eddie.
Guy saw me, so yeeted him a spear through his throat. What? No, my favorite bit was as he's apologizing to the thugs.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry I'm doing this. What? I like all of like Venom's comments regarding Anne, actually specifically, where it's like, I like her, get in. Or like, no, you stay here.
Nah, you belong to us.
Yeah, I was like, little as you know, she's entered a pact with us. You belong with us, Anne. Oh yeah, and yes, we just did that.
Yeah. Is it possible for a parasite to, like, make me
jump really high and
like
maybe
go up a whole tree? Yes, we just did that. Shut up. What? Not you.
Oh yeah, and that moment where he was like, am I dying right now? No. Okay. They don't know what they speak of.
I like you. You're a loser. I was a loser on my planet, much like you.
That sort of input into that sentence was the best thing. Like, in my home, I'm also kind of sort of a loser.
Nah,
I think they can hear that.
Good. I like Venom for the same reason that people like Drax.
Yeah, he's like the tough guy, but it's also very silly.
He's a fucking idiot.
The best like memorable moments with like all of his interactions with alien girl. I forgot her name already. But also the very opening Mantis, yes. And also the beginning where like he's inside the monster, he's like, ah!
Yeah. Let's see.
Do me next.
The reason why Eddie's more of a hero than an anti-hero in this, I believe, is because he, for the most part, has no affiliation with Parker as we know of, because he's clearly from New York. Mm-hmm. He lost his job at the Bugle and came to California. Mm-hmm. So maybe this is what's it called, after a falling out that he's had either with Parker, Jameson, or just the Bugle in general.
Yeah.
So he's just trying to, get away from that. And so he doesn't have as much of a reason to be a complete dick. Because as far as I was able to tell, Venom's typically a dick because he wants Spider-Man. Right. And that's all it boils down to. He wants Spider-Man. He needs Spider-Man.
Right.
But without that, it doesn't matter.
Right. So, I mean, you're building up a character from the ground up without Spider-Man. And so, like, I always affiliate, like, Eddie Brock as, like, that dick bag to Peter Parker. Because of just how they are. But to separate that and just see Eddie kind of, like, function on his own. And he comes off as, like, totally an A-okay guy. Like, he's just there, like, trying to get, like, the news out there. The truth, specifically, out there. And
adventures out there.
And unfortunately, it just caused him to lose his job, lose his fiance at the time, and just all went downhill. And you just started to feel like immediately empathetic for him. And then when he gets his chance, it's like, yes, do that, and become Venom as well, I guess.
Yeah. but he's trying to not be a dickbag. And Venom, he likes Eddie, and he just kind of listens to him because he needs Eddie to be alive.
Right.
Can't be alive if thing keeping you alive is dead.
Right. And at that point, like, he has the best compatibility, like, with him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, aside from Anne and possibly the dog, and I guess anyone else. But yeah, anyway.
They don't say that in the movie directly, but yes, that's exactly what makes them different, Corey. That Carnage, Riot, I think Toxic is another one. I can't remember the name of like most of the symbiotes, but a lot of them are very much they are parasites. Venom is less of a parasite.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is there like a specific difference with him against everyone else?
Well, someone that explains it really well is the fuck is his name? I know the channel, but I don't know his name. Hop on YouTube. Let's type in the channel name, but I keep hitting too many things, so I'm fucking everything up. And then I do this, and then I'm just like, who the fuck is this guy? Fucking Kyle something Kyle Hill from Because Science. He does a real good job of explaining it. He made a video actually last week about what kind of symbiote Venom is, and he explains it really well and breaks down why he is in a symbiotic relationship as opposed to a parasitic one. Left it.
You might be referring to a toxin. It says
Toxin.
I'm trying to look at all the members, but it also like stems to like actually like offsprings of the symbiotes as well. So it kind of gets a little much. Like we get Agony, Bizarnage, which is, you could probably guess it's Bizarro and Carnage.
Yeah.
Carnage himself, Grendel, that's a symbiote. Hybrid, Knull or just Null.
Venom, Carnage,
Croba,
Toxin, Anti-Venom,
Lasher.
Null, Dreadface, Scream, Lasher, Phage, Agony, Riot, Hybrid, Croba, Payback, Z's, Scorn, Necro Sword, Mania, Marcus, Endo, Sim Armor, Agents of the Cosmos. That's just a bunch of them. Carl Marius, I think he's one of like a symbiote person. Rays, the X-Men Blue symbiotes, Tyrannosaurus, and Sleeper.
Null's the god of symbiotes. Okay.
That's cool.
So I guess they have like entire like listings that they can go based off of that. Like if they ever made like future Venom movies.
Yeah. There's a lot.
I could see like them like putting out at least another like second one, which could be okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, they led into it with Carnage.
Yeah. Which, that's an interesting character that they chose. I'm not sure like if that like syncs up well with like the comic book at all, but like that character for Carnage's host was really interesting.
Yeah, he was what's it called? A serial killer. Yee.
Oh,
They don't need to know.
Okay. Huh, what is with edgy names? I don't know, dude, but I think Steven would be with it. The symbiote tier list. Oh yeah, if I remember, they have Tom Hardy sign on for at least 3 more movies. Interesting.
None of them are Venom.
We'll see based on, well, I mean, like, despite the reviews, the performance, or at least the, what was it? The box office is showing like it's been pretty successful despite that. So, we'll see. I think they have enough to make it like another Venom movie, and depending on like how well it goes for like, not critics per se, but just like the fan base and just other people who enjoyed the first one, we'll see. Symbiotes are good by nature, but they can gain bad traits from their host. Huh.
Well, their personalities do change depending on who they bond with, but for the most part, they are relatively parasitic.
That's what I was thinking. Like, even with Venom being as good as he is, and despite like the change he got like in the movie by Tom's character, he's also kind of a bad guy too. So
In what essence?
he was a bad guy because like his goal was just the same as everyone, all the other symbiotes. Like from that like what was it, asteroid, which was just like we're going to eat this everyone on this planet.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh well, things have changed. Like, and I like this planet, but Carnage, but Riot doesn't. He's gonna eat everyone. Null was the first of them all. He created the first symbiote, and is the reason why symbiotes are weakened towards a fire and loud noises.
What?
Not that type of loud noise.
I thought we could just did a Quiet Place and killed them with a broken hearing aid.
Oh my god. Yeah, they could. Yeah.
What?
I'm pretty sure you could do some damage to a symbiote with that.
With a broken hearing aid?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I know what you have to do. You just have to pop in with a fucking when Mars attacks, killing moment.
Shit, what was I gonna say? No, not Quiet Place. Very high frequency. Yes. Technically, they're on a blank slate like a baby. Okay, yes, like a blank slate.
Most everything's like a blank slate, like a baby when it first comes to existence. I don't know too many dogs that are good at fetch fresh out the womb.
That's a good doggo right there. How are your dogs, by the way?
They're good.
That's good.
I had to bring them in last night because it was raining.
Right, it was raining. Oddly enough, it was like heavy rain like last night. It started to sprinkle down like after we left the movie theater. Shit. Oh yeah, that's what I want to talk about. I was talking to a couple of his friends as well, that if it came down to like Venom going crazy haywire, the only Spider-Man who could stop him would be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, as he like runs like into the frame like two like bolt beam poles in hand.
Ding 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 ding.
I miss Tobey Maguire.
That shit would have annoyed me.
Quiet Place, good directing, bad story. Ooh. Well, as far as like what people are reviewing it, it's like just great in general. So when Corey says something like that, it's like, ooh, I'm not sure all that. Then again, Venom is definitely an exception as well, where I like the movie and I don't necessarily agree with like what Rotten Tomatoes says or any other like major critic.
Well,
but
I think Corey doesn't like it for the basic fact of, yes, it is a very corny story. Aliens come, kill everything, beaten by simple means.
I see what you mean. But it's also, it makes sense too with the how the aliens work, because they have like all the senses of sound, so you have to watch out for that. I'm not sure if you know about this, but
I know Corey's very strange. It's a bad story, but I love the fuck out of Nancy Drew. Why don't you like the story, Corey? Outside of it being a super simplistic story, why don't you like the story?
I don't know. I mean, there's an audience for everyone. That's all I can say. Corinne's very picky. Yes. We all know this. We got exhausted talking to Corinne about like Thanos as a character. We got so tired. I got tired.
No, you did and she did. I could have kept going.
That's fine. There's a certain point where, like, sure, it's nice to like have debates and stuff like that, but like when I get tired from them, it makes me not want to talk to that person. Dude, that reminds me of it happened at Anime Expo. The only time I went to Anime Expo, there was this guy. I think he was also named Justin, and tried to reach out to us. He was. Oh yeah, the whole debate was like, is it okay to show like homoeroticism like in cartoons, or at least not homoerotic, but just like homo like terms, like just like introducing like the gay culture into like childlike cartoons. And I was like, sure, why not?
Well, to what capacity?
I think just the idea of it, just the simple concept of it.
You don't have to exactly introduce it. Just, hey, fucking, there's a dude kissing a dude.
Or just like any hint of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I was totally on the side of like, it doesn't bother me, and it's also like an education tool, so why not? And he was like, no, I don't need this in my good Christian.
What's it called? The Loud House. If you guys have watched The Loud House on Nickelodeon, that is an excellent use of introduction of homosexuality. The main character's best friend's parents are two men that adopted their son. Mm-hmm. They make no reference to it. They don't acknowledge it. They're there. It's like, oh, hey, your dads are awesome because they did something awesome.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh man, your gay dads are so cool. They don't put emphasis. Yeah, they don't throw terminology on everything. It's just, that's life. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. You have two dads. That's awesome. I have one dad.
He's cool too.
Can both of your dads throw a football as cool as my dad can? I don't know. Let's see. Well, fuck you.
Wow, that took a twist.
Right?
It's me. It's me, Vincent. You not remember me, the Balut? I think I remember that, yes. Yes, I think I remember that, but I don't remember the name. But, glad to have you on board.
Oh. And Corey.
And I's here.
It's not the single sound that will get them, it's prolonged sound. The people that snore, I'm pretty sure they're fucking dead as shit. Because not everybody snores. Right. Some snore, not everyone. And the people that do snore, they're fucking dead as hell.
Yeah, they're gone. Yeah. That's why there's like literally just 4 or 5 characters that you see. One of them's probably already dead.
Yes, it is any sound. They'll go after any sound. However, a fart is a very quick, sudden sound that's there and gone. I think the main killer would be a fucking sneeze. But it's not that hard to sneeze into a pillow or into a folded shirt. Because you can make some sound. You can make very quiet sound. Mm-hmm. Just, if ever you're going to fart, make sure you spread your ass cheeks.
Yeah. It's the Vincent part 1. That's me. Oh, okay. I think I remember the Vincent a little bit. They muffle their farts in their pillow.
Ain't nothing like a good old pink eye. Yes, and you spread your ass cheeks.
I'll let it take a long time. So yeah, Steven would be dead in that universe. Whether it be like from farting or by just sheer burping. Actually, you know what? He might actually like withhold like a little bit. He tries his damnedest not to actually burp as much.
You kidding? Fucking Steven, like, I could kill them. Does his burp, they come, gets mollywopped. That type of world, Steven's dead within the first 10 minutes because he's like, they're not that strong. I could kill them.
Jesus Christ. That'd be a funny thing to like. I'm sure people have done it before, like, but insert us as characters in a different movie and see how long we survive.
Not very.
Yeah. There's certainly like movies where it's set up where you need like a certain set of skills or you just need to be in the right place at the right time. So what was that one? That recent movie Halloween, I probably wouldn't last. I'd probably be gone. I'm not even involved, but I'm gonna die. It's gonna happen. What's the longest fart known in the records? Very important, Corey.
Actually, I'm just saying, the way they present our characters, it's unreasonable that they're alive. Why is it unreasonable? They take very good measures to stay quiet. They carry bags of sand to walk on.
Listen, I've only seen the trailers. I know this too. Like, the way they show like different scenes, like, it's all to present the fact that, well, obviously, like, one of the things is like they're not stepping on leaves. They're not stepping on any leaves. They take precautions.
Fucking what's it called? Jim Halpert at the beginning of the movie damn near strangles his son because he grabbed a toy. He grabbed the toy. Jim Halpert ran up on him, took the toy, took out the batteries, handed him the toy back. Later on, the little boy grabbed the batteries back and started playing with the toy loud as shit and got mollywopped.
And just got...
Yeah. But they take these precautions. They know it makes noise.
Oh, Juan says, favorite Marvel character, and go. Mine's Punisher. No. And we just don't even talk about it. I guess mine's Spider-Man.
Do you have a problem with the Punisher?
What? Me? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna stop you from that trend real quick. But no, mine's Spider-Man, I guess. My buddy's little brother farted for over a minute.
I know, I saw that. Well,
2 minutes? Over 2 minutes? That's the record?
gas lamp right beside the children. And he was knocked over. Okay. Things happen. Children are clumsy.
Yes.
They can be quiet still, though. Do you have
Right.
any idea how quiet I was as a kid? Even though my brother and I would fight constantly and hurt each other to the point to where you really want to yell and you really want to cry. But if you make a noise, you would pray for the things from A Quiet Place to come instead of your parents.
Let's see. Shit sounds like a bad car engine. Ah, jeez. What else is there to talk about?
I am so quiet that I would survive those monsters.
Oh, you really?
Yes.
Oh, no, you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were reading it from someone else. Like, really?
No,
Let's-
Corey said you are not so quiet that you would survive these monsters. Yes, I am. I can be more quiet than I would ever care to be.
I think I'd also be very quiet, but just like interactions with different objects would probably cause my downfall.
Such
Like-
as?
Just, walking walking in a dark room and trying to find like the doorknob, or realizing something is not closed when you try to open it, or at least we try to walk through a doorway but you realize it's closed on the last second, so you just get a, and you're like, God damn it. Happens to me all the time.
Now see, Corey, you say this, yet how could I show you that I'm quiet as fuck?
I guess it is hard to imagine because like you are the loudest as far as like, well, yeah, you are the loudest out of the group, so they only see you in this perspective. I'm pretty sure like we could definitely see that like in the like living like environment.
Yes, I do have to go to the bathroom, but if I shit on dirt, it doesn't make a sound. If I continually piss with my dick this far from the ground and instead of letting it puddle, I go in a line, it's not going to make noise. As for eating, bananas.
Yeah, bananas. I mean,
I can eat bananas. I can eat soup. As for sleep, I'm a quiet sleeper. And I don't move in my sleep because as a child, one, I wore glasses and I didn't take them off when I slept. And two, I slept on the top bunk and there's no safety rail. So if I moved in my sleep, there's a chance I'm falling 5.5 feet onto the ground. And I didn't want that. And so I just learned to not fucking move in my sleep.
it's pretty impressive.
Gabe, there won't be bananas. The fuck you mean there won't be bananas? Does food not grow in this universe?
And it could just be any type of like fruit, really. Like it doesn't have to be like an apple. It could just be like blueberries. Just find it. You see the reason why they migrate a lot in that movie.
Who cares if I just ate a can of beans? Like I said, spread your ass cheeks if you have to fart. It's not hard. And in any case, I'll eat oranges. I have a plethora of oranges to choose from if I walk 1.5 miles that direction.
True.
I could eat one orange every hour for the next year, and I still wouldn't have gotten all the oranges from that grove.
Actually, are the creatures in the Quiet Place invisible, or are they?
They're visible.
They're visible. Okay.
Yeah, you can see them.
Okay. Why don't they actually go live by the waterfall? That's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
I guess they just don't.
because they do go by a waterfall at some point.
Right, and that's the
And they
only...
fuck.
Oh yeah, that's right. But that's also like the moment where they're able to actually talk to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing like because of the loud sounds there, the wild monsters don't even bother going there. They're like, it's gonna be hard to find anyone there. So, yeah, or just do make sense. Okay, I'm glad that Corinne like gives you some leeway because, God, I don't like arguments with people who just like no matter what you say, they will not give like even like an inch.
Oh, they don't have to give an inch. They don't have to give an inch. I'll just remove all the ground that they stand on with my own counter argument.
Yeah.
Urge to jack off? I'm quiet when I'm doing it. I don't need to make noise.
I'm quiet when I do everything.
Yeah. I can go without making any noise at all. When I was staying at the room by myself, I didn't hear my voice or any noise from me the entire time that I was there. From Sunday to Saturday, I did not hear my voice. I did not hear a noise come from me. All I heard was...
Yeah.
That's all I heard was the very faint click of a mouse as I played on the computer. I didn't speak to anyone. I drank water and I ate soup. That was my life. The only time I spoke was when I came over to Justin's to film and hang out. Other than that, I didn't speak. So yes, I can stay quiet as fuck for a long ass time. How to communicate in a quiet place. Sign language.
Yeah.
They all know it. And if they don't know it, they fucking came up with their own sign language.
Yeah. My favorite one?
Fucking jazz hands everywhere.
I love jazz hands.
Let's see. Water consumption. Don't live too far from a lake. Plenty of water there. The lake has a river. Plenty of water there.
Always replenish itself.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be able to purify the water? Depending on like
river water.
Yeah, it is river water, but like if you needed to.
River water is pure enough.
Very well.
Avoid lakes.
I told someone peace upstream. Or pitching that question to my friends, like, hey, when I'm to the samples, I would just peed upstream. Can Drax survive in a crowded place?
Yeah, I think he's invisible.
I think he could. Let's see.
What if you accidentally stubbed your toe or stepped on a Lego? I've done that before. I have what's it called? I've dislocated my pinky at home once, and because no one was around, I had no reason to make noise. If I'm not around other people, I don't make noise at all. I have no reason to. Like, if I get hurt, why do I need to say, ow? Who's gonna fucking hear it and be like, oh man, you alright? I don't know what it is. I think it's like the whole group mentality that people have, that when we're around someone, we have to make ourselves known in what situation we're in. But when we're alone, we can just be quiet.
Yeah. You don't really think about that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those scenarios where it is a survival instinct to always like make something audible, just to know like where you are spatially and let everyone know where you are. Same way why babies cry a lot. Actually, any type of like baby, not just humans. But if you were fully aware that no one's around you, then you really wouldn't do anything audible. Although there are times when I'm home alone and I just try to simulate like some kind of like conversation. And I think that's just more for me just doing like commentary and stuff like that. But otherwise, I'd probably be really quiet.
Let's see. I gotta pull something up.
We are community animals. Naturally, we alert each other. Exactly.
Let's make that. Bring this over here. Get a picture. Head over to maps.googles.com.
What are you going to look at? Mark, internet would be gone.
Not with that attitude. Let's see. Hit up this. Go over to satellite.
Are you going to show that to everyone?
Yeah. Doesn't really show anything.
I guess so. There's just a lot of it.
Print screen. paint.
Oh yeah, you gotta be wary of like what comes out after.
Well, yeah, because coordinates are right there. So if I just do that, then they can't.
No, I'm talking about like farther beyond
Oh, you're talking about
the
like
secondary screen.
Oh yeah, there's that, huh?
Yeah, we just crop.
Yeah, that's not too hard. And then I hit this button and go like this, and then I would like, all right, and then I go over here and I'm like, yes, 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 and bam, good enough. Then I hit save and I click that, and then it's saved, and except it's not saved where I want it to be because I go to my folder and then it's saved there, and I hit save, so it's saved, and if I save it, then it's saved to the thing and they can see it. I said okay. Save a lot.
Okay.
Fucking Stephen with a PH.
Well, that's pretty big. Like, why?
Oh, that's us.
That's also still a really big image. What? All right.
Corey was saying, I better have grown orange trees though.
We might have a problem, but otherwise I think we're good.
Yeah. Like I said, I can grab one orange every hour for the next year, and I still won't grab every orange from the groves that I live by. These are all... There is a fuck ton of orange groves within a 5-mile radius of me. That is 6-hour walk round trip if I felt like hoofing it all the way back to where I am, where orange trees are not.
It is possible. And even then, you can also, like, because it'd be open wasteland at that point, like, you just settle.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Sorry, every single time I look at the word great, I think of just, like, my little edit on the Venom discussion, where it's like, there's a certain point of it where you're like, let's see, action scenes and whatnot, great. And I just, like, overlapped it with, like, Venom just, like, doing, like, some kind of mouth, like, movement to make it lip sync to it. I want to see if I can find that, but otherwise, so Gabe might survive. I think you do a good job. It would take a lot, I think, considering like how you kind of raise yourself to be noticed by like these creatures.
As long as I don't make noise, they can't find me because they don't have eyes.
Right.
They don't smell, and they don't see.
Right.
They just hear, touch, and taste.
Mm-hmm. In that case, well, I guess I was also thinking, like, could you also outlive them? But cause if you were to assume that they live like the normal life expectancy of like a human, then you won't have to worry about that later on.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of vitamin C. Yes. And the trips like 2 and 4 will give you a lot of vitamin D. As long as he doesn't stub his toe or drop something on his foot.
I have both stubbed my toe and dropped something on my foot in the cold. No noise because there was no one nearby. Like, it hurt like a motherfucker, and all I did was...
Let's see. They're like bats, basically, the creatures. I guess so, yeah. No creaks at all? Well, I guess we'd find ways to get around that, huh? I mean, my living situation isn't really creaky, except for my bed.
Why can't I wear shoes? I see no reason why I can't wear shoes.
Right.
They wore shoes. They wore shoes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere they went, they wore shoes.
All right. So, I think pretty good here. We got an hour in, and we just talked about a whole bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And just want to take the lunch break, and then go for the stress test.
Yeah. Corey keeps trying to beat me, but I'm not being beaten.
Yeah. All right.
Because if you want to be like, oh, well, shoes are loud, shoes can creak. Not really.
Not all of them, no.
The characters did wear shoes, and they don't really make a lot of noise, especially if you don't wear fucking Jordans. I wear running shoes. Running shoes don't squeak, creak, crack, bend, break, anything like that. They're quiet as fuck. As for everything else, I actually spent my sophomore and junior year trying to walk without making noise.
It is a fun thing to do.
And I got really good at it.
Yeah, I do find myself at times like trying to be as quiet as possible when I walk. It's just fun to see if you can do that.
Mm-hmm. My technique was I use the side of my foot when I go down.
They wore no shoes? I'm pretty sure they didn't wear any like inside.
Swear to God, they wore shoes.
I know because I watched. All right.
Ugh.
I'm pretty sure that's a shoe, or maybe socks. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, the other.
What do you know? They're barefoot. Nice.
All right, we'll give you a point for that one.
Yeah.
You got them too.
Come on, you stupid ass mouse.
Sneaking around equals ninja. What about sneakers? Well, I have sneakers myself. Wait. There are different types of sneakers, right? So we have like the casual ones, and we also have like running shoe sneakers and stuff like that. I was thinking about more like flat foot shoes. That could kind of
like what, Chucks?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess that would kind of work at sometimes, but I wouldn't recommend it. Especially if you're gonna like.
You want to avoid plastic shoes, plastics and rubbers.
Mm-hmm.
Those will eventually squeak. My shoes, they're like 90% polyester and mesh.
Okay. So, told you. Okay, we got it.
You got me on one thing. They didn't wear shoes. Problem is, I'm gonna wear shoes, and I can be quiet as shit when I walk. Especially if I have nowhere really to go. I don't need to go fast.
You just walk. Also, gotta find that shoe store. We can find a shoe store.
I have shoes. Why do I need to find a shoe store? You're acting like I need to find all these things that I readily have.
You're saying that as if I just started up my Minecraft world.
Yeah.
I got no kicks. I got no shovel. I got no axe. Got no gold. Or my pups.
You're gonna need to grow an orange tree. I have orange trees. Well, you're gonna need to grow them because they're not there in this universe. I'll learn. And when my shoes eventually die, I guess I'm going barefoot. Problem is, I have shoes right now.
Or you can also just find a shoe store. Like, if it was to happen right now, you could just stock up on shoes.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to avoid looting a shoe store for the apocalypse. Even though it's a very obvious thing that you're going to want to do. You're going to
later on, but
you're going to want to take clothes, mainly shirts and just pants, socks, and shoes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Hell, I would just have a bunch of fucking trench coats. I would steal 50 trench coats, and then I plan on living for what in this type of world? I would say 20, 30 years.
Sure.
I would need about 10 to 15 pairs of shoes. I can wear shoes for 2 years.
Yeah. Shoe stores are always looted first.
Are they though?
Especially them sneakerheads.
Shoe stores are looted for Jordans. Things of value when it comes to shoes. No one's gonna steal those fucking raggedy ass New Balances that they carry in the back of the store because they only sell like 5 a year. Those are the shoes I wear.
Holy shit! In the apocalypse, I'm gonna loot a Skechers. But yeah. All right. That's enough. Let's end the podcast here. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of DangIT Prodcast, episode 227. My name is Justin.
I'm Gabe.
And thanks for watching. Hashtag.
You're an idiot. If you guys want, you can continue the discussion on our Discord. There's a link below in the description.
Hey.
And I'll probably keep continuing fighting with Corey about this whole thing once we get back from our lunch break.
Okay. All right. Hashtag bye, everyone.